Oh man, it's cold. With winter tires. What the fuck is he doing? Oh man! Carbon fiber and the titanium. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Mom. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we've got another viewer's car, which is always awesome to do. You guys keep surprising me with all the cool cars you guys drive. So today we've got an awesome Audi RS3 by KLASEN motors. It has been tuned quite a bit. So today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the cool stuff that's on this car, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for a nice Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video. And go check us out on Instagram if you like, at AutoTopNL. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we've got a Nardo Grey RS3, which is, well, the best color for an RS3 if you ask me. Very cool, combined with all those black accents on the car, the grille, the logo, in the front bumper. We've got the original 19-inch wheels with winter tires, and they are actually pretty nice, these winter tires. Of course, steel brakes, a bit of a problem with this generation RS3. It has been lowered, so it has a KW V3 suspension kit, which is also really good. Some black logos and a Remus exhaust, carbon fiber and the titanium. And well, it looks awesome, this tip itself. As you can see, it's beautiful, but there's a gaping gap there, as you can see. The left one is finished nicely. I hope you guys can see this, but the right one is open, so I don't know if that has a function. Maybe it has something to do with the sound, but it looks a bit weird. Oh man, it's cold. So we'll take a look at the engine, where most of the magic has happened. So what do we have? We have the 2.5 liter TFSI 5-cylinder engine, which is a beauty of an engine. Stock, it has 367 horsepower and 465 newton meters of torque. But this has been tuned by KLASEN motors, as I said. So it has a Lada Manufacture LM600 turbo, which is quite a lot bigger than the stock one. It has an upgraded fuel pump. It has a carbon fiber air intake. It has a PPH 100 cell downpipe. And it has a larger bore turbo inlet elbow, which is made by KLASEN motors and which ensures just better flow altogether. Combined with the exhaust, this produces, and of course the KLASEN motors software, this produces 564 horsepower and 740 newton meters of torque, which is a lot in an RS3. So this is a very fast RS3. It also has TVS Engineering Stage 3 transmission software, which can handle up to 800 newton meters. And considering this has 740, that should be all right. So we've driven a lot of RS3s in the past, so I'm not going to bother too much with the interior. I mean, this is a nice, well, I was going to say nice spec, but it is in very good condition. So that's always nice to see that, you know, you guys take good care of your cars. For the exhaust, there are no horses, so we can actually play around a little bit. It's in comfort mode right now, which means that the valves are closed. You can hear that turbo whistling away. That's a good sound already. And we'll switch to dynamic. So valves open. Very, very good sound. Absolutely love that 5-cylinder. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys, what do you think of the way this car looks? You can rate it in the top right corner. I really like... What the fuck is he doing? I really like the fact that it's a little bit lower, as you can see, so that gives the car a very aggressive look. I like the exhaust. Let us know, and of course you can elaborate in the comments and let us know why you have voted the way you have voted. Thank you, assistant. Nicely done. Okay, so we are going to get rid of that screen and disengage traction control altogether. So off, completely off, because otherwise the traction control just thinks what the hell is happening, especially with launch control. This car has one of the most aggressive launch controls I have ever experienced, so we're definitely going to show that to you guys. Where are we going to do that? We're going to do that over there. Tunnel. Woo! That's a good sound. Okay, so let's do a launch control. I'll get the digital speedo for you guys there. You can actually go 100 kilometers an hour here on this German B road. Okay, so traction control is disengaged completely. Gearbox is in sport. Foot on the brake, full throttle. Oh man, that's crazy. And that's 100. So aggressive, and that rev limiter, it's so aggressive that it just pulls you through, and it absolutely belts off the line. It's insane. The owner told us he actually did a 3.4 with summer tires. We are on winter tires now, and we did 3.6, so that's pretty crazy. He actually measured it with the Draggy GPS performance meter. You can see it right there. He bought that with us, so if you also want one of those, you can click in the top right corner to go to our store and check it out. Okay, other than that launch control, which is absolutely insane, how does this car feel? Well, of course, we have driven a lot of these RS3s, and there are things we love and things we don't love. When you get in this car, everything is very distant. So the steering feel, it all feels like it's miles away, and that's a shame because the drivetrain is just so... it's so engaging and has so much character that you want it to handle better. This KW V3 suspension kit does help because you're a little bit lower, but of course we're also on winter tires, as I said, so that also means that you lose a bit of connection with your front wheels especially. Other than that, I mean, driving on a B road like this tune feels very, very nice. The only thing I notice is that, especially when you have it in manual mode, I don't know if that's the case in sport for the gearbox as well, but if you floor it and you shift, the shift is really quick thanks to the TVS software, but after the shift you do feel that you are driving with a turbo that is a little bit bigger than stock, because it does dip a little bit and it needs some time to build that boost again, which is not a bad thing per se, but you do notice it. Oh, but man, it is very, very powerful. So this generation Audi RS3, which is called 8V, is kind of the instigator of the big hyper-hatch battle between a lot of brands, and it was of course 367 horsepower, which is amazing. It was so much back then that we were completely astounded by it. And the potential that is in this engine for tuning is massive, because it's not that hard to get this amount of power, and when you do get it, it all runs really well. And I asked the owner, he has no problems with it whatsoever. So you can actually drive this car every day with so much more horsepower than stock, which is amazing. That's also because this engine still has the steel underblock, which is very, very strong. The new one, the 400 horsepower version that came after this, had an aluminium underblock. It also has ceramic brakes as an option. This doesn't, which is a shame. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Mom. All right, so here we go. On the Autobahn, no speed limit here. I'll put the gearbox in sport for optimal shifts. And here we go. Full throttle. So even with this KW suspension, which sits a little bit lower than stock, it's still a really good Autobahn car because it copes with all the bumps. And oh, that was quick. I'm actually, this is 310. I'm not going to go faster because these winter tires are limited to 300 kilometers an hour. So, but that was pretty fucking insane. The way this car kept going, I took my eyes off it for like a couple of seconds and bam, 300 kilometers an hour in an RS3. That is mighty impressive. So what do you think, guys? I mean, I don't know how far it would go, but you can rate the performance in the top right corner. But this feels really, really good. It feels really stable, and these winter tires are very good as well at this speed. Man, oh man. That is a fast Audi. Holy moly. This is a very, very good tune. Engine-wise, I mean, Stefan Klaasen never disappoints. And again, this feels very, very powerful. What a cool car. So the only downside to this car, or the only, well, one of the biggest downsides of this car, this generation RS3, is that there have been big problems with it. With front brake discs bending and warping, and people just not being able to fix the problem. With, as I said, with the later generation you could get ceramics, which, to be honest, it absolutely needs right now. If you have an RS3 that's able to do 310 kilometers an hour like that, I would have loved some ceramic brakes, but I don't know if they ever solved the problem. I think they just kept replacing brake discs because they weren't able to fix it. But this is one of the best RS3s I have driven. It is ridiculously fast. Oh man, it runs really well. It feels super strong. So, as I said, I am absolutely gobsmacked by the amount of cool cars you guys have and the amount of coolness you guys have that we can drive all your cars. So if you have a cool car, you can send us an email to this address if you like to appear on our channel with your car. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much to the owner for coming to us and letting us drive his car. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right here. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.